Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, and today I am going to be doing something which I have not tried before but got suggested on a comment on one of my shorts, which I wasn't able to capitalise on before I went to university. But I'm here now going to be trying it out, and that is to be doing a tournament between between units, basically. I will put on screen the brackets of the tournament with each player and what they'll be going up against. Here is a visual lineup of those brackets. So we have got here a Roman Hastati versus a mercenary Libyan swordsman. A real Punic War setup right there. We have got mercenary Samnite spearmen versus a mercenary hoplite. We also have got a gladiator, a sword gladiator versus what's that? Germanic club levies. We have got what are they? They are desert spearmen, I think, of Pontus or the Seleucids. Or Desert Hillman, something like that, Desert Tribeman, versus a Roman Levy Hoplite, or Light Hoplite, I should say. Volsci Spearman versus Celtic Warrior. We have got two sets of Gallic warriors going head to head. We've got the Mercenary Gallic Warrior versus the Auxiliary Gallic Warrior, the Roman one. We have also got Mercenary Brutii Veterans versus Germanic Spear Levy, I think that is, and then we have also got a mercenary Numidian Spearman versus Spear Gladiators. So that is going to be the setup. Each one is going to be going up against each other, and obviously the loser gets knocked out of the competition, and we go from there until we end up with a winner. And they will be crowned, I guess, the winner of the tournament. Each of these units cost 100 gold, so they should all be relatively equal in terms of their numbers. We have got 16 units here taking part in the battles, and the battles will be 30 by 30 units, so 30 units of one versus 30 units of the other, and we will get straight in going from, I think we'll go from the top here, which means we will be first seeing Roman Spear Gladiators versus these mercenary Numidian Spearmen. So let's get into that. And here we are. Here is our Spear Gladiators, looking not that competent, I'm going to be honest. And here are our mercenary Numidian Spearmen, who are looking a lot more competent than these guys. So we'll have to see how this goes. Honestly, I think the mercenary Numidian Spearmen will have this. Some of these gladiators have fallen over. This guy's dead somehow. I'm not sure how that's happened, but in they go. I am seeing at least a couple of dead Numidians there, although the gladiators are not going to be having too much of that early luck, I don't think, considering one of their company has died somehow, and this guy is hanging back. Yeah, I'm seeing gladiators on the floor, but I'm not sure if they're dead or not. Honestly, though, the spearmen, apart from their early losses, seem to be really taking it to the gladiators. I'm not going to lie, these gladiators really are not having the best of luck. Some of them are hitting each other. And yeah, there's definitely a lot more gladiators going down. That guy's dead, for example. We've got this pile of gladiators right here. I'm seeing at least 5 of them. There goes another one. So yeah, there's at least 6 of them there, and there is a lot more than 6 Numidians left on this flank. Over here, they've had a bit more trouble, the Numidians. This gladiator's gone for a charge there. And he did take down one of the Numidians with him, although all of his friends are dead over him, which is not great, and the remaining gladiators on this flank are being absolutely destroyed by these mercenary spearmen. And yeah, there goes him, and I think therefore, yeah, they're now turning their attention to this guy, so I think... Oh, there's 2 guys left actually, maybe. This guy and that guy? Yeah, he's attacking somebody, but yeah, they've just died. And yeah, I think that guy over there is still alive, which means it's just him left. Yeah, they've just killed the guy on this flank. Which means just these 2. And they're giving it a go. This spearman, he might live, he might not. There's a body flying over there. In come these remaining spearmen going for a spear charge. Yet, unsurprisingly, killed that guy outright, and it's just this one guy left. He could still do it, but honestly, it's highly doubtful. He's not going to live this. I'm fairly confident in saying, yeah. So yeah, that was indeed a success for the mercenary Numidians. Not too big of a surprise there. Their shields are a lot bigger and their spears are a lot pointier. Although the gladiators, they could have done it, but no, the Numidians won this quite handily, which means then that's a victory for these guys, and we will move on to our next fight, which will be the Brutii veterans, the mercenary Brutii versus those Germanic spear levies. So let's get into that. Here we go. So mercenary Brutii, here they are, looking a bit exposed without much shields or armour, but they do have quite a lot of pointy sticks. And here is our spear warband. They're not spear levies, I mistook that, I have called them spear warband. So here are our Germanic spear warband, ready to go in and charge. I have placed them a little far away because they do have foolish leap, I think. Yep, there they go, and they'll be charging right into these Brutii veterans. And go the first load of them. Obviously the Brutii are going to get flung around a bit, but they're doing a sort of strange counter charge. We'll see how that pans out for them. This guy, does he live? Oh, he lives. He lives the crash down. Okay, let's have a look for early casualties of that foolish leap. There is one dead Brutii, although there is at least one other dead Germanic. There's a dead Brutii there. So obviously the Brutii do not have the same defense as the spear warband, purely because the spear warband have got shields, and obviously the Brutii do not. The Brutii just have those dual spears which they will be using to stab. However, because of that, the Brutii do have a lot more attack power, which is where they come in. They're more of a sort of a glass cannon unit against ranged units. If ranged units were in this tournament or in this fight, oh, that was a lovely spear charge there, straight to the face of that guy. Yeah, if the Germans had some ranged units, then the Brutii would definitely not be in this melee fight. Because they would just get absolutely decimated by the archers or spears or slings, whatever the Germans happen to be using. But there you go, there's a German being flung straight in the air by this Brutii veteran who's coming crashing down. Will he live the crash? No, he does not. He does not in fact survive the crash. So I think the Brutii are winning, although there are some Germans who have been flung over there. So honestly, they could not be. I mean, there goes another dead Brutii there. You know, like I say, it is brutal them not having any sort of defensive measures, but this guy has just been impaled from like all sides by spears. So yeah, what the Brutii lack in defense they make up for in attack. That's basically what we're looking at. So here we've got a cluster of 3 Brutii with another one coming in charge here against these 2 Germans. There goes another dead German there. They've also got a reinforcing Brutii here, so we're looking at about 6 or so. Around 6 warriors there. Unfortunately, the Brutii on this flank are not doing so well. 2 Germans versus this one guy who's left. And yeah, he is on the floor, which is going to make him an easy target for these Germans. And yeah, one of them managed to get a spear thrust. Only glanced off the armour though, which allowed him to get up on his feet, and he is looking to get around that round shield of the German, which he manages to, but unfortunately his spears do not make contact, and he is kind of trapped in there with him. Over here on this flank, down goes another Brutii from a shield bash, and another one from a spear thrust. It really is anyone's game at the moment. Right here, he's killed one of the Germans. He's just got this one on his feet. He capitalised on this guy being stuck on the floor. Obviously drove his spear down and killed him. And no, I thought he'd managed to kill this guy as well, but no, he's fighting back. Oh, and the German got a nice uppercut there with his spear. Took down that veteran. Over here, though, it looks like all of the Brutii are dead except one, which means we're down to 2 Germans, 1 Brutii. It really is down to the wire here. Just this guy and that guy left for him to take down. Not to, oh no, there's 3 Germans. He He might be cooked. He might be cooked. He might be dead. He is on the floor. He's tripped over bodies, which is the worst timing for this to happen to him. But he's getting up for a spear thrust. Oh, unfortunately, he has been taken down. That means somebody else is left. It's this guy down here. He's trapped, I think, under a dead German. And I think he's the last one left. Unless there's another one. German got a spear thrust into that guy. I think there might be another Brutii trapped under a body here somewhere. Either that or the Germans are just struggling to get over to him. No, the Germans were just struggling to get over to this guy. So it is just this guy left. And he is stuck on the floor, and yeah, that is very unfortunate. That was a really good defense put up by the Brutii, though. Yeah, they really took it to those Germans. But unfortunately, the lack of defense is what cost the Brutii their victory here. But yeah, that was very close. Only 3 Germans left alive at the end of this. That was a lot closer than the Numidians. We'll have to see if the next battle, which is between, I think, 2 different Gallic warriors, we'll have to see if that can live up to this fight, because this was, yeah, incredibly close. And that has given us the first of our semi-final fight brackets, which is... Oh, sorry, no, quarter-final. The first of our quarter-final fight bracket, which will be between the mercenary Numidian spearmen and these Germanic spear warriors. And let's see who will be joining them in the quarterfinals with this next fight. And here we are. We've got some Roman auxiliary Gallic warriors here with their nice big shields and long swords, but we do also have here some mercenary Gallic warriors equipped with some mail armor and their own large Gallic longswords and ovular shields. So we'll have to see which of these 2 Gallic soldiers come out on top, and the front line has collided there, and in comes the second wave charging in as well, lowering their swords, and in they go. I'm seeing, well, there goes one of the auxiliary Gallic warriors, there goes the shield, but yeah, here it goes a couple of mercenaries as well, dying to the auxiliaries there, fighting for Rome. So obviously the initial opening melee here will be a bit chaotic until they separate, although on this flank it looks like that was a lovely sword thrust by this auxiliary here, killing off that mercenary. And it looks like, yeah, on this flank there is a lot less Gauls, a lot less auxiliaries I should say, they're all Gauls. And also here, although the centre line it looks like is more for the auxiliaries, they have managed to sort of punch their way through and broken apart this line, separating it out into 2 flanks, which means these guys are now kind of a bit surrounded, but not really. There's not enough auxiliaries to surround them here, although they are getting pushed hard on this left flank, looking at it from the auxiliary side. Yeah, we've got 3 auxiliaries here versus these mercenaries. The mercenaries are a bit distracted by the encroaching Gauls from the centre line. Here, and oh, there goes a dead auxiliary flying into the melee there. Over on this flank, it's still kind of 50-50 who's going to win. I'm seeing 4 auxiliaries still alive versus 3 mercenaries. Yeah, that's a dead guy. So yeah, there's 3 mercenaries, 4 auxiliaries, although this guy is getting up and probably going over towards this flank instead, the left flank, and yeah, the auxiliaries have definitely won on this flank. The mail armor of these mercenaries are not saving them against the auxiliaries. Yeah, see, there goes a lovely sword slash, kills off this guy. I think that went to his legs. Although there is still this scrum of 4 auxiliaries, 4 mercenaries who are still gathered together, and there's still these 4 here as well, so there's at least 8 mercenaries still alive. Although I think the auxiliaries still outnumber them ever so slightly. They still haven't managed to decide who's winning this right flank for the auxiliaries, although yeah, that was a lovely sword slash. That no amount of mail armor is stopping that. So yeah, there's 2 auxiliaries still alive. There's still 2 mercenaries as well, so this flank is still contested. Over here, the Gauls, the auxiliaries have definitely won the left flank. It's now a fight for the centre. and I'm seeing 4 auxiliaries. This guy, these 3 and that guy versus 2 mercenaries, I think. 3 mercenaries. Oh, here comes another auxiliary as well. The mercenaries are definitely outnumbered. Over here on this flank, still 2 auxiliaries. No, 1 auxiliary. The mercenaries might actually win the right flank. Because yeah, there's one guy behind him here on the floor, and this one mercenary here. And yes, the mercenaries have won the right flank, but I think it might be too late for them. Not too sure. A lot of the auxiliaries have actually seemed to have disappeared heading here from the centre line. Unless I think they've fallen over. There's definitely one guy that's fallen over here. He's getting up. That's a shield. That's not attached to a guy. There's 3 auxiliaries, I think. 4 auxiliaries. Versus 3 mercenaries, I think? 4 mercenaries. It's a 4v4. There goes a mercenary. Although, he comes in with a lovely shield bash and evens the playing field once again. 3 auxiliaries versus 3 mercenaries? Yeah, because this is the guy that just did the shield bash. So yeah, it's a 3v3, which is even closer than the Brutii versus Germans here. And mercenaries here going in for a sword slash. Unfortunately, just gets parried by this guy. Although that was a lovely downward shield bash right onto his head. He's not going to be very happy about that. But no, he's going for a retaliatory shield bash, and he kills both of them with that. That was a double kill. Double kill with the shield bash. There goes one of the auxiliaries, though, unfortunately. Which means, I think then, yeah, that guy's dead. It's just 1 mercenary left. Goes for a shield slash. Oh, sorry, goes for a sword slash, I should say. I think there's 2 auxiliaries left. This guy and this guy who charged in. And this mercenary is kind of trapped underneath the bodies. Oh, he managed to kill one of the auxiliaries. And he's managed to get up. It's now a 1v1 situation. It could go either way. Goes for his shield slash, sword slash. Unfortunately, only catches the cape of this auxiliary. And he is now above him, though. He can make a slash down, which he does. Unfortunately, he misses. Hits one of the discarded shields on the floor from a dead auxiliary. Currently, though, he is in the better position, the mercenary, because he is standing, whereas the auxiliary is now having to pick himself off the floor. He's charging up for a big slash, though. Or gets taken by the shield. Goes for a retaliatory slash by the mercenary. Shield bash doesn't make it, trips up. That's very unfortunate for the auxiliary. And shield bash there from the mercenary doesn't do all too much. And here we go, got up. There's a nice shield parry there, shield block from the auxiliary, who's going for an uppercut by the looks of it. Yeah, there you go, he's charging up his slash. And no, doesn't make it. And there you go. Just a light shield tap was all it took to kill the mercenary. He must have been on such little health. But no, that really did you can't get any closer than that. Came down to a 1v1. It was a pretty hard 1v1, I'm not going to lie. That took forever. But yeah, the auxiliaries just about managed to take it. Yeah, they just about managed to take it from the mercenaries. Although, yeah, it really was touch and go. The mercenaries on this flank put up a really good fight. On this flank, the auxiliaries definitely swept in, and breaking through the centre line was, I think, probably what gave these guys the win. But yeah, it really was so close. Really was so close that it could have been anyone's game right up to the end here. But no, congratulations to the auxiliaries, and that means we will be going on to the next fight, and the next fight will be between sword units again, because it's fairer for them to have a semi-final where they fight another sword unit. So yeah, the next fight then will be between the it will be between the sword gladiators and the club levies, and we will see how that goes for them. And here we go, redemption then, or at least a redemption attempt for the gladiators, because here are our sword gladiators. They've got their short swords and their round, small little round shields. And here are our Germanic club levies with their tribal clubs and big ovular Germanic shields made of wood, wattle, and daub. So let's see them. If the gladiators can get redemption here for the earlier failure of the spear gladiators, and a lot of the Germans have actually overshot their marks, although some of them are now managing to hit the gladiators who have been sent flying, although at least one of the Germans there has died. Two of the Germans have died from their initial opening charge, and these guys I think just got knocked back. A lot of the gladiators are on the floor, although they are getting up now and they are trying to capitalise on the nearby Germans who are trapped on the floor here. And yeah, they're definitely massacring these club levies that they can find, that they're able to find on the floor here. These guys though are now getting involved with their brutal clubs, going in for just blunt trauma damage, although it doesn't really seem to be helping them. The swords of the gladiators are a much more effective weapon here. Although that's not to say they're not doing something. They have managed to kill a gladiator right there. Although, yeah, the gladiators at least have got this initial opening phase out to them. Although, because the Germans are now more spread out, the gladiators are also getting spread out, which may allow the Germans to pick them off one by one. Certainly that could be what's happening here with this guy, although he has now got backup. Saying that, another charge has come in, and yep, that definitely killed the gladiator with that opening charge. So yeah, it is a 3-4-5v1 for this gladiator. We'll have to see how that goes for him. Over here, lovely blunt trauma club there from this guy. Managed to take down this gladiator, I think. Yeah, they definitely did. That gladiator's dead. Although he may not last for much longer, considering there is 5 gladiators on him. Over here, this rut of gladiators is, yeah, taking down these remaining Germans. And over here, I thought these clubmen might not be long for this world, although they're actually doing surprisingly well. There's 3 of them. 3 of them still alive here against these gladiators. So yeah, we'll see how that goes for them. This guy over here, he is still alive, and he's managed to kill one of the clubmen, which is pretty impressive there. He's only got another 4 more to go, and then he'll be safe. Over here, this large posse of gladiators is, yeah, definitely easily destroying the clubmen who are over here, clawing some back for the gladiators. Over here, though, ooh, a nice club onto the back of this guy. Definitely killed him, and that means that this levy is now free to come and join his brethren over here, trying to deal with the remaining Romans up here to the north. On the south, looking at it from this direction, to the south here, this gladiator is still alive, and he's managed to kill 3 of the clubmen, 4 of the clubmen. He's nearly killed all the clubmen. That's quite impressive. Honestly, I thought he would maybe kill 1 or 2, but he's killed 4 of them, and he's got backup on his way. So that's yeah, pretty impressive. What's not impressive, though, is these guys, considering how much they were overwhelming the clubmen, and the fact that they're now down to 1 man. Sorry, 2 men. 2 gladiators, that's all that's left. 3 gladiators versus this 1 clubman. So yeah, we'll see if this spear club levy can do it. He killed all of them. This man deserves to be set free from the arena and live his life in glory and richness, because look at that. That's 4 clubmen dead to this 1 man's hand. That's incredibly impressive. And these guys continue to disappoint me with how much they're struggling against this remaining clubman. He is the last one left. I think it is fair to say that the gladiators have managed to avenge the earlier defeat of their spear-wielding counterparts. But yeah, considering their numbers and the fact that they've lost another man right there against this lone Germanic club levy is not impressive. So it's a victory, but quite honestly, I would be ashamed if I were you, gladiators, except for this guy. This man is like the hero of the arena. He is. I'd travel across the Empire to go see this guy if I knew he was playing. Honestly, after that performance, yeah, very impressive. Oh, and there's still another guy left alive here as well. Look at that. This southern flank was fine. It's the north that was the problem. Yeah, I mean, just look at all of those dead gladiators right there. I mean, come on, guys, what are you doing? But no, that's a victory for them. They proceed through to the quarter-final, which means we are back to spearmen, and we will be moving on to the Volsci versus the Celtic warriors. And here we go, Volsci spearmen versus those Celtic warriors. Here's our spearmen. We've got Goliath right there apparently, and here is our Celtic warriors, ready to do battle with the invading Italian men. So here we go, and they're going to do their foolish leap, the same as the Germans. In they go, and the Volsci are going to do their knight's charge. The Celts have actually managed to charge straight into the line there, and yeah, the Volsci have been scattered. Yeah, dead Celt. No surprise there. The opening charge will have claimed casualties, probably on both sides, but definitely on the Celts, from what I can see. Which means that, yeah, the front line is now pretty scattered. There's I think, the owner of that shield, which is still rolling away. There he is. So yeah, there's at least one dead Celt. There's a dead Volsci. There's another dead Celt. And I think that guy's either getting trampled. Yeah, he's getting trampled. Okay, never mind. He's not actually dead. And yeah, the Volsci have been kind of scattered. There's two dead Volsci right here, which is not great for them. Off goes a Volsci's shield. Interesting. But yeah, the Celts are now kind of swarming these guys. They've managed to kill the stragglers that are left alone. We'll have to see, though, if the closer tight formation will be more beneficial to the Volsci compared to the Celtic warriors. Although, yeah, the Celts are really getting into it here, apparently. They're really getting involved. Very excited about what they can do. This guy is still alive down here. This guy's trapped. Off goes another Volsci. We've got this guy here. I think there's another guy down here who's still alive, but trapped. Yeah, I can see him. See him moving his shield. Talking of over here, they have managed to clear up everyone. This guy's just kind of a bit trapped under bodies and spears, but otherwise he's perfectly fine. Over here, there goes one of the Celtic warriors. I'm seeing, I think, more Celts at this point in time, although having another glance, the Volsci seem to be bringing it back. Here we have a little bit of a 1v1 skirmish. Over here we've got a 2v1. Although the Celt just brought it back to a 1v1, and he is getting a bit of reinforcement there. I can see 2, 3 Volsci, 4, 5. 5 Volsci versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Celts. So the Celts are winning in numbers, but yeah, there goes another one of their number, and another one. Although they did manage to even it up by killing the Volsci who was here. Oh, this guy's trapped. This guy's trapped, and he is going to be, therefore, distracting a couple of these Celtic warriors. But I don't think it's enough. This guy just got absolutely swarmed. Yeah, and in they go. And I think, yeah, the guy that was left here, he's still alive. He's getting himself up. But, yeah, this guy is kind of distracting a lot of them. But once he dies, I think he will be either the last one left or the second to last one left. Because, yeah, this guy is still alive, but it depends on if he can win his fight and how quickly these guys kill this man who is trapped. He managed to win. He managed to win his 1v1 versus that Celtic warrior. And he's now got to win a 5v1, which he is charging in. Yeah, that's the dead guy. So, yeah, he's just charged in. And we'll see how that works out for him. Which, quite honestly, I'm not too sure about that. This guy is still trapped under the bodies, and that's offering him some protection. But I don't think it's really going to help him win any fights. And yeah, this guy just got killed by a spear thrust down to him, which means it's just this guy trapped under the bodies. And yeah, he was not winning that one. Not gonna lie. So yeah, 5 or 6 Celtic warriors still left standing. It's not too bad. Yeah, they managed to win. That opening charge really disrupted the Volsky, or Volsky, which yeah, really helped out the Celts here. Which means that they're going to be going on to the quarter-finals. And who will be joining them? Well, it'll be either the Light Hoplites or the Numidian Desert Infantry. So let's see who's going to win their battle. And here we go. Here is our Light Hoplites of Rome, looking very Roman and Greek. And here we have got these Numidian Desert Infantry, and well, they look rather ragtag, but they do have those incredibly large wicker shields, which I think will put them in pretty good stead against the Romans here. So we can't discount the Numidians just yet. Here they go, they're closing formation, ready to charge, and in goes the Romans. The two lines collide. The Romans, oh yeah, okay, they made a punch, but this guy got absolutely punched into the atmosphere. He's going off to visit the gods, I think, with how high he's going. Otherwise, yeah, there goes another dead Roman. The Numidians have suffered some casualties, but I think the Romans have come off worse in this initial opening charge. I think. It's hard to know until people start getting up, because some of them will have fallen over. But yeah, the Numidians, I think, will definitely have the defense advantage with their large shields. So it's just going to be a case of if the Romans can get around that. Honestly, it's not looking like they can at this time. Yeah, this guy is definitely struggling, and the Romans are... they're doing their best, but yeah, there goes that guy to a lovely spear thrust. Oh, there goes one of their desert infantry. In goes another one charging here, getting sandwiched, or sandwiching the light hoplite as best he can between his comrade. He's now been chucked off to the side. He's making a charge in over here. We have got two Numidian desert infantry doing their best. This guy's on the floor, which is not going to be that useful to him. Versus 3 hoplites, I think they, yeah. This one guy, I think, is going to be in a 1v1 now with this desert infantryman. Over here, it looks like the Romans have managed to win their right flank for the Romans. We'll see the outcome of this 1v1 and see who will win. Depends if the light hoplite can get his spear or shield past his defense, which he does. That was a lovely shield bash there, using the opening of his shield there. And yeah, 3 Romans here. This desert infantryman's decided he's out. He's going off to support his friend over here, and he charged. Over here we've got what looks to be a 1v1. No, this hoplite's dead, and this infantryman has just been chucked out. No, it is a 1v1 because there's a guy trapped under him. Okay. Over here on this flank, it looks like the Romans have managed to kill most of the infantry, the desert infantry. Definitely this group of like 4 infantry, well 3 I think now, hoplites, have definitely made a concise push coming over from the Romans' left flank, heading into the Numidians' left flank and centre line, or at least what's left of it. Over here, I think the Romans are definitely winning now on numbers. Yeah, there's a shield bash, takes down one of those remaining desert infantrymen. We have this guy here who's on the floor, and that's going to make him a very easy target. This guy's just been taken down as well. Okay. And that means it's just this desert infantryman left. Yeah, he is the last survivor for the Numidians, and he's putting up a defense, but yeah, it was not good enough. These Romans didn't even die, they just charged. He might have killed one perhaps right at the end there, but no, that was a victory for the hoplites, the light hoplites. Considering there's still around 5 or 6 of them left alive, that's a pretty handy win for the Romans. So they will be joining the Celtic warriors in the quarter-final. And that means we have got 3 out of the 4. That means we have got 3 out of the 4 quarterfinals left out. We've just got 2 more heats to play out here, and our first one will be the Mercenary Hoplite versus the Mercenary Samnite Spearmen. So we'll have to see who comes out on top. And here we go. Here is our Mercenary Hoplites. We've seen them plenty of times in videos before, but here they are, looking ready to go. And here's our Samnites with their more Roman style rectangular shields, and let's set them onto each other and see who is going to be coming out. This guy is lagging a bit behind. He's not very happy with his shield for some reason, but in they go, charged in the center line. The Hoplites are making a real push on that left flank, but the Samnites are pushing back against them. Some Hoplites have been ejected out the side here. One guy at least has died. For the Samnites, I think they might have lost one. No, that's just this guy's shield. Okay. No, there's a dead Samnite now. There you go. So, initial opening melee can decide a large part of the battle, but it does not mean that the battle is in anyone's favour at the moment, considering the numbers are looking pretty evenly spread. We've got a dead Samnite there, but also a dead Hoplite down there. Over here, a Samnite has charged against this Hoplite at the far extreme right flank, looking at it from the Hoplite side. Over here, we've got a little bit of a battle developing. 2 Samnites versus 3 Hoplites. Yeah, that guy's dead, that guy's dead. This guy is dead as well. Yeah, he's definitely dead, so we've got two Samnites right here. As for the rest of it, the Hoplites are making a real big push from the left flank. Look at this, they've pushed all the way around their enveloping. They're slightly enveloping, yeah, definitely the front line has definitely shifted. It was here, but it's now shifted to this more sort of north to south arrangement. Over here we've got a couple of Samnites fighting this Hoplite. Over here, the Samnite and Hoplite traded, I think, there. They got 1 each, which was each other. This guy, the Samnite, is on the floor. Oh, made a nice upward stab thrust from the ground there, killing off that really large-eyed Hoplite. Although he has now been charged by some of the Hoplite's friends. Over here, bit of a 2v1 situation going on between the Hoplite and these 2 mercenary Samnites, although there is a Hoplite on the floor there who may distract them, and I think another one actually. Are you alive? No, you're not. You're not holding a weapon. Never mind. Oh, lovely spear thrust there, and he did manage to kill the Samnite with that one as well. That was a lovely spear thrust going straight past the shield. Right here, Samnite has managed to kill off this Hoplite. Yep, he's off in a death pirouette. Over here, there was a Samnite, but we just saw him got cut down, or get cut down, I should say, by that Hoplite. This guy went for a charge, but he obviously went way too far away. And that means that these mercenaries are coming for the remaining largest group of Samnites, which I think are these 3? Yeah, these three Samnites here. Oh, I think are trying to kill somebody. Not too sure who though. Over here on this flank, we've still got. Oh, I was about to say we still have 2 Samnites, but as you just saw there, the mercenary Hoplite just took down one of them, which means it is now a straight 1v1 on this flank, unless they manage to drag in this guy, although he's busy with this Hoplite on the ground, and he missed his downward thrust, which is quite embarrassing for him. Over here we've got a Hoplite getting cut down by a Samnite. That's pretty good. The Samnites are not winning. They did not win this right flank. The right flank was won by the Hoplites, although it is now a 3v1. 4v1 between the Samnites and the Hoplites. I think. Where are you guys going? Who are you attacking? He's dead. It's this guy. I don't know. But yeah, there's 4 Samnites I think still remaining, and this one Hoplite which we saw charged to the centre. He is currently in a 1v1 with this guy, although it's only a matter of time before he charges and these guys get their charge back. And in they go. Yep, here comes a reinforcement. And from the side, did manage to knock down this hoplite, which means he is in a very compromised position here, looking at it from the Samnites. But yeah, it's a 4v1. It's not inconceivable that the hoplite could win this, but he's got to be wounded already from the fighting that he endured over there, and he is definitely now surrounded. He's been shield bashed twice there, and he is currently sort of death hugging this Samnite. They're trying to get the spears, and yeah, managed to bypass his defense, straight in, down, stab to the torso, and there he goes. He did, in his last dying breath, though, manage to take down one of the Samnites, which means that they are left with three for their victory, which is not too bad. Not the worst we've seen, not the best we've seen. So yeah, the Samnites just about managed to win that one. I think that was mainly down to their larger size shield compared to the hoplite. But no, congratulations to the Samnites, which means we are on to the last of the heat fights, which will be between the Hastati and the mercenary Libyan infantry. And here we are, the final heat fight. Here is our Roman Republican Hastati with a very short man, and here we have got our mercenary Libyan swordsmen or infantry. A real First Punic War setup here, or Punic War, and in they go. Initial charge. That was some pretty good shield bashes there by the Hastati, although the Libyans have managed to cut straight through there and taken down one of them. That's what I saw from there, although, yeah, there's definitely a dead Libyan there. There's a live Libyan, he's still alive, and the Hastati have been kind of broken up. This one went for a downward slash, did manage to kill one of the Hastati there. This one's got his shield raised high. He's effectively blocking this Libyan infantryman, and yeah, that was a lovely stab straight in. That was textbook. I would go as far as to say. There goes another Libyan. This guy's coming and slicing down on. I think he tried slicing this guy, but he just hit a dead body. Over here on the Romans' left flank, they're not doing so well. There goes one of the Hastati, and this guy is now surrounded. Yeah, he was not living that one, unfortunately for him. That means the Libyans have managed to win the left flank. There's a lot of Libyans, actually. There's an awful lot of Libyans compared to the Romans. I did not expect the Hastati to be losing this hard, but, you know, down he goes. There goes another Hastati. This guy's so excited, he's jumped 50 billion meters in the air. And, yeah, there's two Hastati still alive here. We've still got this guy and this guy and this guy, so we do still have 5 to put up a fight. There goes one of the Libyans, that's one less. There's another Hastati. I think that makes it about 6, and yeah, unfortunately this Hastati did not manage to win, nor did this guy. They're just getting overwhelmed, really, where the Libyans' individual fighting is more useful than the Hastati's training. And this guy went for a slash, didn't manage to win it. Oh, the shield bash, though, did manage to, knocking that sword out of that Libyan's hand, and he's now in a 1v1 against this guy. Over here on this flank, the Romans have managed to dispatch another 2 Libyans, by the looks of it, and there are still 2 Hastati. Left, and this guy, this Hastati, so there is still 3 Hastati left here, plus the one on doing a 1v1 with this Libyan, as we watch the larger fight go on in the background. There goes one of the Hastati I see right there. Libyan just managed to weave past the defense of the Roman there, got his sword around the inside of the shield, and yeah, there goes the Hastati. Right here we do still have 2 Hastati left, this guy and that guy. Never mind, that guy is dead. We do still have this Hastati left, who is the sole survivor, I think, of the Roman force taking on this area. Oh, gets a lovely poke there, manages to kill that Libyan. His shield is protecting his back, which I'm not too sure how useful that is to you right now. Tries going for a shield bash, but he gets counter bashed in return. His armour did manage to take it, but that will definitely have winded him. Right here we do still have one Hastati who is trapped under some bodies. He's not going to be too much use, I don't think, unless the Libyans somehow all manage to kill each other, which I'm not too sure that's going to happen. But you never know, the Romans might get really, really lucky. But yeah, he's really good and proper trapped under there. Meanwhile, the 1v1 that's going on here, never mind, I take back everything I said about that rear shield, protecting his back. It came in very clutch there, and managed to protect his back. At least from I no longer take back what I said about his rear-facing shield. It did not protect him from that shield bash. Protect him from the sword slash, but not from the shield. And yeah, I think now it's just a case of when these guys can kill the remaining Hastati who's trapped under there. But yeah, there you go. Unfortunately for the Romans, they did lose this. The mercenaries were just superior to the Hastati. Which, yeah, who'd have seen that one? But yeah, it got fairly close to the end there. I really thought the Libyans were going to have a lot more infantry units left than the Romans at the end of that. But no, the Romans did manage to start pulling it back. It was just not enough. But that does mean that this, as I put up on screen, hopefully, is the quarter-final, I should say. Is the quarter-final lineup for this tournament. So we will go straight into our first fight, which will be the the mercenary Numidian spearmen versus the Germanic spear warriors. So let's get into that. So here we go for a place in the semi-finals. We have got these Numidian spear infantry versus the Germanic spear warriors. And let's see how this goes. Obviously the Germans are going to do their foolish leap, which did carry them to victory the first time, and yet they've charged straight into the mercenaries, and in comes a second wave, and in goes the final wave, although I think some of them sort of got a bit caught up again. And yeah, they've definitely managed to thin out some of the mercenaries, although I think they'll have definitely left themselves open to attack as everyone tries to get up. There they go. And they're back into the fight, into the action. There's a dead German riding on top of some shields there. There's a nice clump of mercenaries actually right here, although this back line of Germans is going to be coming in while they are distracted. None of the Germans really got catapulted too far away. These guys seem to be the outliers. And there is two of them here fighting the mercenaries. They managed to take down one of them, although one of their number got taken down in return. In comes these Germans, making their leap. In they go. Bonk. And in go the rest of these guys, although they're kind of throwing themselves at each other in their excitement to get these mercenaries. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many Germans actually. In comparison, there's a lot of white. Well, dress for the mercenaries, but there's not a lot of blue skin for the Germans left alive. There goes one trapped in a horrible nest of spears. We do still have these two as well in this back line. And in leaps another German. This guy's managed to take down one of the auxiliaries. Well, that was a beautiful charge actually from this guy. He leapt straight in. That spear went right through that mercenary, which did take down one of their number, although he is now in a bit of a vulnerable position against 4 mercenaries. So yeah, good luck to you, my friend. Over here, do still have one German. Ah, this guy as well, he charged out, but no, he's probably not going to live too much longer. Oh, he's actually, I tell a lie, he's probably going to be one of the last surviving Germans. Although the Germans definitely do not have this round, I'm not going to lie. They managed to win their first round, but yeah, they're definitely outnumbered by the mercenaries here. We do still have 3 mercenaries here. 2 mercenaries. No, 3 mercenaries, sorry. There was 4 originally. But now there's 3 versus this 1 German. We'll see if they can come out on top. And over here, yeah, we're looking at about 5, 6 mercenaries versus these 2 Germans. And yeah, there's no way that guy was living. So there goes him. This German who charged in, who was out there rather, has managed to make his way back. There's also another one here actually who was knocked over. And over here, this guy, he's managed to kill another one. He has managed to kill another mercenary. And another. It's a straight 1v1. Could this be the German to bring it back? I mean, they've killed another mercenary. They've killed another one. Go on, Germans. Do the Germanic tribes have this? It seems crazy to say, but it really looks like they could do it. They've got this guy, who has been knocked down, but he is still alive. We also have this guy, and this guy who won a 4v1. He won a 4v1, now he's charging in to help his friend. Help his comrade. Yeah, he's made a leap. Oh, he was just a bit short, but he has managed to get himself into the fight. Unfortunately, the German who was over him has died, which means it is now 2v6. I think this guy, he charged in, but I think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead, unfortunately. The other mercenaries caught up to him, and it means it's just this guy left. It's a 4v1. We did see that guy back there survive. Oh no, it's a 5v1. Well, we saw a German over there survive a 4v1. You never know. And they're trying to get past his defence, but he's not letting them. Overhead thrust from somebody. And this guy's coming for a leftward facing charge, I think. Yeah, they're trying. But no. Unfortunately for the German, it was just too great of a number. But they put up a pretty good defence. I mean, that's what, a sixth of their force left alive or something? There's only 5. There's only 5 Numidians left alive. So the Germans actually put up quite a strong defence considering how little of them I saw not too long ago. But unfortunately, this round was just too great. The Numidians were able to capitalise on the Germans' foolishness of charging in and getting that bloodlust. And yeah, unfortunately, that means that the Germans have been knocked out this time around. Which means that we will be going into our next fight then, to see who will be facing our Numidians in the semi-final. And that will be either the Gallic Auxiliary, or the Sword Gladiator. So here we are, Gallic Auxiliaries now. Here they are with their big ovular shields versus these Roman Sword Gladiators to see who gets the honour of fighting the mercenary Numidian spearmen. So here the two sides come together, and the Gauls are obviously charging in. The Gladiators don't have that ability, but they are... Yeah, they did quite the pushback then. A couple of the Gauls missed here. The rest of them, though, seem to have collided. They don't have much on the left flank, looking at it from the Gallic side. So, yeah, we'll have to see how that pans out for them. That's a lovely shield bash going into the back of that Gladiator there. And he did manage to kill him, which is very impressive. Unfortunately, they did lose one of their number there to a sword slash from the Gladiator. The centre line appears to be holding. It seems to be a bit more all covered in Gauls, but that was a lovely sword thrust there, straight into the face of that Gaul. That took him down. They definitely do not have the left flank, though. Perhaps the longer range of the Gallic longswords will be able to take down these Gladiators. There goes one to a lovely backhanded slash from that Gaul. So they are trying to retake the left flank, and it looks like, yeah, this Gladiator is charging in. In fact, it looks like he's one of the few Gladiators left. There's one guy there, and this guy who charged in, and also this guy. So the Gladiators don't actually appear to have that many men left. There goes this guy. Backslash there from the sword of the Gaul. Oh, Gaul there went for a shield bash, but unfortunately hit his friend. Doesn't matter though, because that Gladiator is dead, and that means I think it's just 2 Gladiators left. That guy and that guy. That's That's a very quick fight. Could be in contest for one of the quickest fights we've had. Yeah, there goes that guy. That's a dead body, and that means I think it's just this guy left. Lovely downwards thrust there into that Gallic auxiliary. Killed him off. One of them goes for a shield bash, doesn't manage to get it, but an upwards shield thrust from this guy managed to take him down, and yeah, that was it for the gladiator. Yeah, a very quick fight. There's quite a lot of Gauls left, which is quite impressive. Yeah, quite a few of them left. I mean, there's this scrum of like 3, this guy here, another like 4 going on here. So, yeah, very impressive for the Gauls. Managed to take down those gladiators very, very quickly. And that means we're moving on to, well, it means they're going up against the Numidian spears here in the semi-finals. And that means our next battle is going to be the Celtic warriors versus the light hoplites. And here we go. Here is our Roman light hoplites here with their, well, hoplite mail armor and bronze equipment. And here we have got these brave but foolish Celtic warriors. And we'll have to see who comes out on top with these two. In goes the Celts. Going for a charge right into the hoplites. I see one dead hoplite there already. And here come the rest of them. The hoplites going for a sort of weird counter charge there. Trying to take them down. Yeah, there goes that dead hoplite onto the floor. I'm not sure if there's been any Celtic casualties. However, we'll have to see once everyone starts getting up. I think the opening charge didn't really get much. Here we have got the first 2 soldiers up, and they are locked in combat, this light hoplite and this Celtic warrior. The Celtic warrior goes for a shield thrust, as does the light hoplite. Everyone's now getting up. Here's a 2v1. However, the hoplite is being reinforced by his friend here. Celtic warrior goes for a spear thrust on this hoplite, doesn't manage to get it. Over here with the main centre line, it is a very, very loose melee. Yeah, the hoplites are trying their best. I think there's some dead... Yeah, this is a bunch of dead Gauls on the ground, actually. This one went for a downwards shield thrust, didn't manage to get it. Over here, one of the hoplites is dead, but the other one is still alive along with this hoplite. Over here on this duel, they're still having at it, but I think one of the Celts tried to come over here and help his friend. They really are locked in combat. They are just turning around each other. Nobody is really winning. However, it looks like somebody is coming here to try and disrupt the sacred 1v1 rule. One of the Celts. The main centre line, it looks like most of it is Roman. However, there goes one of the light hoplites there to a lovely shield bash, and there goes one to a spear thrust from the Celts. So the Celts are fighting back. Over here, yep, definitely turned into a more of a 2v1 situation. Goes for a spear thrust, doesn't manage to get past. Oh, doesn't quite manage to get past. That was just a glancing blow. Over here, it looks like the hoplite managed to kill the Celt. Yes, there goes the Celtic spear rolling away, and that means this has now turned into a 2v2, a 1v2 now actually, because that charge managed to take down this Celtic warrior, which means it is now a 2v1 on this flank, or over there I should say. Meanwhile, over here, it looks like there was a bit of a fight going on, but yeah, there's a dead Celt and a dead Roman, so I think it's safe to say that the Celts managed to win that one. Meanwhile, over here, he's sort of in a bit of a 2v1 situation over here as well. Out here on the flank, they've finally managed to clear up this this little melee fight that was going on. They were having their own private little fight, and yeah, the Romans managed to clear up those 2 Celts. Without losing one of their own, which is quite impressive. Over here, that's a bit of a raised shield. Not sure how useful that is going to be for you, but he tries a spear thrust, doesn't manage to get it. Over here, a charge from one of the light hoplites into these Celtic warriors. There he goes. Yeah, doesn't manage to kill either of them. But it looks like the rest of the Celts over here are dead. Nope, there's one here who obviously went for a charge but didn't manage to get it. And yeah, that Roman, unsurprisingly, did not last with his shield way up in the air. Not sure what he was doing. Over here, Bit of a bash took down this light hoplite. I think there are a bit more Romans than Celts alive. Saying that though, we do have 1, 2, 3 Celts versus these Romans. Yeah, unsurprisingly, while he was stuck on the ground, that was a lovely shield thrust down. And yeah, that's a dead Roman there. So yeah, I think it is a 3v3 fit situation. No, a 2v3 situation. The Celts have managed to pull this back. This main centre line definitely looked to be more Celt than it did, more Roman than it did Celt. But the Romans just went for a big charge there, killed off 2 Celts in one, that guy and him, which means it's just this one left on the ground. The Romans are pulling this back. He is a bit stuck over there, but the guys who are having their own private fight are the ones who've come in here and could win this back for the Romans. It entirely depends on their own skills and how tired and injured they are after the fighting over there on the flank. And if this guy can get up, he's getting up into the shield, goes for an upward thrust and shield bash. The Celt goes for a bit of a weird backhanded spear thrust. And there, unfortunately, he manages to bypass the shield, but not where it was needed, and maybe the Roman can capitalise on that. His friend is, coming in to try and help, but it may not be enough for him. Or maybe he won't need the help. Not entirely too sure. That was an upward spear thrust. Yep, that managed to take him down, and that means there's just 1 Celt left. Oh, it's this guy. Oh, there's a guy trapped under a dead Roman. That's very unfortunate for the Celts. This Roman goes for a downward shield thrust, and I think it's just a case of the AI figuring out how to kill this guy. Yep. Bit of a charge there, trying to get him. Come on, he's a guy stuck on the ground. There you go. And, yeah, the Romans just about managed to win that one. But that was a very impressive... it was a very impressive defence put up by the Celts, I have to admit. Yeah, this main centre scrum definitely looked to be more Roman, but by the time of these two coming in, they were actually outnumbered. However, their initial charge coming from this little melee that they were having, that initial charge in killing off 2 Celts in a single charge, definitely is what won the Romans the day here. And also, yeah, unfortunate stuck Celt underneath some bodies definitely wasn't helping them out either. But yeah, that was very impressive, and I enjoyed the little private melee that was going on out here, away from the main fights going on. So yeah, that was a victory for the light hoplites, and that means we can move on to our final fight for the quarterfinals here, which is the mercenary Samnite spearmen versus those mercenary Libyan swordsmen. So here we go. We have got the mercenary Samnites over here with their big rectangular shields, and here we have got those mercenary Libyan swordsmen. Honestly, I think the Samnites may have this one in the bag. However, I have been wrong before. The Samnite spearmen can sometimes be really good, other times they can be absolutely useless. But this guy got a lovely first charge in there, with a very nice uppercut slash there with his spear, and the rest of the Samnites have charged in, mostly held the line. That's quite impressive. Unfortunately, they have been slightly cut in the middle here by those Libyan swordsmen, and now it is devolving into the melee. That's a lovely shield bash there on that Libyan, but it was not quite good enough to kill him. Over here, lovely sword slash there by the Libyan, gets thrust away by the Samnite. Can he follow it up with a spear thrust? It doesn't look like it. Oh, he's going for it. Unfortunately, he misses. That's very unfortunate. Over here, Samnite looks like he went for a charge. Did manage to kill the Libyan, but it looks like there are some dead Samnites here as well. This Libyan is kind of surrounded. Over here, lovely spear thrust kills off this swordsman, and yeah, the Samnites are all charging in. Oh, a lovely sword slash though, managed to kill off that Samnite. Over here, a Libyan has gone flying. This guy is in the air. It's very much a more chaotic battle between the mercenaries in this case than some of the other fights that we've seen so far. But it looks like there are more Samnites at the moment, from what I can see. Over here, yeah, we got like 3 Sam Knights here trying to kill off this swordsman. There's also this one who is fighting, goes for a bit of a slash, utterly whiffs it. No, he doesn't. He was just playing around. I take back what I said about this man. He managed to kill that Sam Knight. Very impressive. Over here, bit of a 1v1 going on. Oh, I'm kind of stuck in it as well. I don't want to be stuck in there. Lovely shield bash there by the Sam Knight. Pushes away the Libyan, and the Libyan manages to push back. But yeah, that's... And he's decided he's out. Instantly charges and dies to a shield bash to the Sam Knight. But he manages to kill him, I think, at the same time. So, yeah, okay. He managed to at least take him down at the same time. Probably could have done better, though. Over here, bit of a backhanded shield bash. The Libyan is between his defense, but a spear thrust to the leg manages to finish off the swordsman, and the Sam Knight is alive as well. It looks like there's definitely a lot more Sam Knights up than there are Libyans at the moment. Yeah, there's a dead Libyan right there as he's being pushed, and yeah, there's a bit of a late shield bash, and I don't even know where the last guy was. I think it was this guy, and yeah, he's dead to a spear thrust to the back. That's actually kind of a cinematic shot there. I'm going to... Yeah, there you go. Okay, so the Sam Knights actually won that quite handily, which, yeah, like I said, sometimes the Sam Knights are pretty good mercenaries, other times they absolutely lose stupendously to a really weak unit, so it could have gone either way. But in this case, I think their big shields were just generally better for defending against the short swords of the Libyans. It was also a case of sword versus spear, which is not quite a fair fight, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So yeah, that was a victory for the Sam Knights, and that means that on the screen, perhaps I will try and put up. What our final brackets are going to be. It is going to be the Numidian spearmen versus our Gallic auxiliaries, and then we're going to be doing the light hoplites versus those Sam Knights that we've just seen there. So the final outcrop, the final hope for the sword units is the Gallic auxiliaries, because there is 3 spearmen units and those 1 sword Gallic auxiliaries up against us, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far those Celtic longswords can take them. But for now, let's get into that fight and see how they do. So here we go, the first of the semi-final fights here. Gallic auxiliaries with their big ovular shields and long slashing swords. And here is our Numidian mercenaries with their smaller ovular shields, but they do have those spears. And we'll have to see how this works out for them. In comes the 2 sides. The Gauls are obviously going to make a initial charge into the Numidians. In they go. Both sides, there you go, have done very well to get here into the position to be fighting in the semi-final, but it's whether or not, unfortunately, a Gaul managed to get all the way through the melee somehow, and he's now dead over there. I'm not sure how that managed to work out for him. The initial charge, I think, here is going to be worse for the Gauls, but can they capitalise on, or rather, can they pull it back after that? Honestly, it's not looking like it so far. A lot of the Gauls are dead, however, they are pushing back here. That was a lovely shield bash, manages to kill off that mercenary. There goes a lovely sword slash as well. Kills that guy straight to the face, which is very good. They are winning this flank. In go the Gallic charge, trying to capitalise on the... trying to capitalise on the speed that they have, taking down another mercenary. There goes another mercenary as well. The Gauls are definitely managing to pull it back from this flank. Just lovely shield bash there. Finishes off another mercenary. And that means that, yeah, it's looking like there's a lot more Gauls than there are Numidians. Over here, though, there is a group of 4 here, trying to take down this Gaul who has caught their attention, this poor man who's trapped down there. Over here, oh, that was all 3 of them. That was a triple kill from, I think, 1 shield bash there. Managed to take him down, and yeah, that's everyone over there. It's just this group of 4 who are still, I think, trying to kill the Gaul that's down there. Yeah, he's still holding on. He's still holding on down there. They're really trying. but I don't think the mercenaries have got this in the bag by the looks of it. The Gauls have really managed to clean this up. And yeah, it's 4 mercenaries versus the world. Lovely shield bash there, manages to take down another one. The first one there had already been killed. There's a lovely shield slash, sword slash rather. And yeah, that was just a whole mix of stuff coming straight for that guy, and yeah, he did not last. But that means there will be sword representation in the final. The Gauls have managed to win this one quite handily, actually. Very impressive. And that means that, yeah, they will be taking part in the final fight. And they will be going up against whoever wins against the Roman light hoplites, all those mercenary Samnite spearmen. So let's get into that and see. So here we go, we've got a real Samnite Wars scenario going on here. We've got some Roman light hoplites. This guy, I'm not too sure what you're doing with your shield, same with you, not too sure what's going on there, but we have got some light hoplites, and here are our Samnite spearmen. So let's see who's going to come out on top here. The hoplites are a bit of a more of a loose formation there in the opening travel to the enemy. But here they go, in for a bit of a charge. There's going to be more of a weight of hoplites coming from the rear because there is going to be, well, there's just less of them in the front line when they came here. But there you go, big crumple together of the two sides. This spearman has gone flying in the air. Let's see if he survives his landing. He does. His shield, I think, took most of the brunt of that. So yeah, there's a big whole mix of spears going on here. They're really trying. I'm not too sure who's coming out on top at the moment here, but I think there might be more Samnites up. Really not too sure. It is an incredibly loose melee, I will say that. There's definitely not as much fighting going on. There's several blocks going on, I should say. The Samnites here made a bit of a breakthrough. One guy's charged in. Yeah, it really is a whole mess. You can't really tell who's winning where. There's definitely this group of hoplites, though, in the centre here. Some of them are coming over here to reinforce this flank. A couple of them are coming over here, though. Oh, Samnites made a big charge, took down that hoplite. Very nice. Unfortunately, there goes one of their number. On this flank, it is a bit more of a 50-50. On this flank, though, it's definitely more Roman compared to Samnite. Yeah, making a bit of a thrust there with his spear, but the Samnite charges out, makes a spear thrust, doesn't manage to kill him though. It sort of glanced off the armour. Over here though, 2 hoplites managed to take down that spearman, which is very, very good for the Romans at least. And over here, another 2v1. Yep, unsurprisingly didn't go too well for the Samnite. Over here, 2 Samnites on the ground, stuck with some Roman hoplites. That's a 3v2. However, the Romans are being reinforced, which I'm not sure they really need. And over here, yeah, there's just like 5 hoplites. And right here, I think, is the remaining Samnites, other than those 2 guys getting swarmed. There's 3 Samnites. They're bravely pushing back against the Romans here. Manages to take down one with a lovely spear thrust there, which is very nice. But over here, this guy, well, the Romans charged over him, going for his comrades, maybe thinking that he's going to be more of an easy target. Over here, I think the Samnites may have taken down one of the Romans, but otherwise, yeah, the rest of these hoplites are coming straight for them. Over here, they have managed to kill another hoplite, but they have lost one of their Samnites, and that means it's 2 spearmen versus the Roman horde, which... yeah, they're oh, there's all 3 of them. Sorry, all 3 of them are still alive. One of them obviously charged, but a Roman there tried going for this Samnite, didn't manage to get it. Over here, this guy's being charged by the reinforcements that were dealing with those 2 Samnites over there. This man is charging to try and save his friend. Makes a bit of a charge. Does manage to manages to knock away the Romans, but doesn't manage to kill them, unfortunately. And he's being a bit swarmed. Over here, bit of a shield bash, doesn't manage to get it. In comes another Roman, misses his charge, which may be crucial for saving the Samnite. Unfortunately, this one died. He's the one who charged from over there. And over here he is getting bashed around, and oh, they died at the same time. Yeah, they quite literally did. So yeah, unfortunate. The Samnites were putting up a decent defence there with those last 3 guys, but it was too little, too late, I think, and that is, yeah, quite a few Romans still left alive. That guy's dead. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Romans from what I can see. There may be a couple more knocked over, having charged somewhere. Yeah, see, there's another guy. There's a 7th one. Yeah, I think there's like 7 or 8 Romans left alive, perhaps, compared to the Samnites, which, yeah, it's quite impressive for them. And that means we have got our final fight lineup. Here's what it's all been building up to. It's going to be the Gallic auxiliary infantry for our swordsmen, and they're going to be going up against these Roman light hoplites, and we'll have to see who comes out on top. And here we go. Here is our final fight lineup. I haven't moved the Romans because they were obviously spawned in. That means the Gauls are going to be on, well, the blue side, which they haven't been. Or every other time here, the fights, they've been on the red side, but the Romans are now on the red side, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that affects their luck. But, you know, these are our final 2 combatants, and we will have to see if... we'll have to see what happens, really. We'll have to see if the spears win or the swords win. Long swords or not. And yeah, if you have enjoyed this tournament, do let me know, and I can look at maybe doing another one. It's been very interesting seeing all of these fights going on. And without further ado, let's get into our final fight of the evening. So the 2 sides obviously going to be coming together here very shortly. They're going to charge at each other. Yeah, there you go, they're both in range now, and in they go. The first collision's happening there between the Gauls and the Romans. The Gauls do have a much bigger shield, but the Romans have got the armour and the spears compared to the Numidians. The Numidians were, yeah, very weak and squishy in comparison to these Romans with their armour. So yeah, we'll have to see if that's going to affect the Gauls, and it has, because I've seen at least 5 Gauls struck down in this initial opening charge, and not that many Roman casualties. There's one there. There's one there for sure. But yeah, these guys have just been knocked away. Those guys have just been knocked over. Yeah, see, there's a Gallic shield on the floor. Yeah, one of the auxiliary shields. Oh, managed to get another dead Roman there, though, but unfortunately, yeah, off goes a Gaul cartwheeling there. There's another one knocked over. There's a dead Gaul on the ground, and another one on the ground, actually, there, another dead one. Over here, we have got a 2v1 situation between the Gauls. 2v1? No, 3v1, because there's one guy stuck on the floor. But yeah, I'm not too sure if that's going to really be helpful for the Gauls. Yeah, see, there goes. There's a dead Gaul right there. There's another dead Gaul right there as well. This guy's just killed 2 of them in a single attack. Over here, this Gaul is being really lifted up and away. And yeah, the hoplites definitely have this one covered. I do believe there's just so many of them still alive in comparison to the auxiliaries. Yeah, over here on this flank, he's killed nearly all of them. There's a lovely sort of spear slash down at that auxiliary. Didn't manage to kill him, but we'll have to see if that. Yeah, that one definitely does. A quick up and around thrust, and that killed him. Yeah, no big surprise there. And that means I think this is the remaining auxiliary. I think that's all the Romans have to defeat. In this guy charges, coming fresh from his victory on the flank. This Gaul is getting absolutely surrounded and battered from all sides. Oh no, there was another one over here. He's still alive as well. Oh, off goes a shield spinning away from the light hoplite. But I think that was a fresh kill. Over here, though, yeah, unfortunately, there goes him. There goes that other auxiliary, and I think there was another one buried under here, which this large group managed to finally catch with a spear thrust. But yeah, that was very unfortunate for the auxiliaries. They did not win, which is yeah very very sad. But you know, getting to the final, 3 fights down, one of which they'd already fought against a spear infantry. It was the mercenary Numidians, but clearly the hoplites were just too much for them, and yeah, they down they went, which is yeah very very sad for them. But that means we have got a winner, and that winner is the light hoplites. So yeah, congratulations to our winner. I guess you'll be crowned the best 100 gold cost unit out of the 16 that I chose arbitrarily for this tournament. It's a bit of a long name, but congratulations to the hoplites. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, do let me know. Leave a comment if you'd like more, and ideas if you want another tournament. And yeah, I will thank you all for watching, and goodbye.